Hello, my name is Kate and this is my first Flosstube. I tried recording one of these the other day and I didn't really like it, so I decided to try again. A little bit about me. I've been cross-stitching since I was a kid. My mom taught me a long time ago. One of my earliest memories is having a Precious Moments, and she had like a big blue dress and like little bits of it were dirty from where I got the floss dirty, but I wish I had it. I don't, but I did that when I was 7, and I've been pretty much cross-stitching ever since. My mid to late 20s, I didn't really cross-stitch. So my mid to late 20s to my mid 30s, I didn't really cross-stitch. So there's like a 10-year gap in there. But for most of my childhood and my early 20s, I did. And for the last 2 to 3 years, I've been cross-stitching pretty consistently. And so I decided to do a WIP parade today because I enjoy watching other people's floss tubes so much. My cat is just locked herself in the bathroom, so we'll see how long that lasts. I'm just gonna roll right into my WIP parade. I took everything out of the bag, so it'd be easier. This is all of my cross stitches. It's kind of hard to see, and they're gonna start falling down, but it doesn't look like that much when they're all stacked here, but I know that I have a lot of projects here. So let's go ahead. This is Bella Filipina Esmeralda, and it is on Lugana, Mercedes Lugana, Picture This Plus. And I'm sure most of you will know this, but Picture This Plus, especially at a 32 count, is very tight. Man, I haven't touched her in a while, and she has so much done. I have some of the beading done. All that I really have left is a part of her tail. Oh, never mind. There's a giant seashell right here as well. That's a lot of yellows and beiges. So there's that. Yeah, the Picture This Plus fabric, I know that a lot of you will already know this, but it's super tight and the beads fit, but probably going forward I'm not going to buy Picture This Plus Lugana because it's so tight. My next one is September Sapphire Fairy by Nora Corbett. It's a Mirabilia. This one I asked my daughter to pick out, I want to focus, to pick, maybe I need to cover my face, to pick a Mirabilia that she wanted me to stitch for her, and this is the one she picked. With a very small start on it, and even though I already know how Picture This Plus is, I'm doing this one on Picture This Plus. I'm doing it, I think this is Da Vinci, which is, it's beautiful, like the colors are beautiful, but it, very tight weave. So that is September Sapphire Fairy by Mirabilia. This one I also started for my daughter. She's 18, so this is going to be a recurring theme. I start a lot of stuff for my family. I have an 18-year-old daughter and a 11-year-old daughter, and I start a lot of projects for them. So Earth Goddess by Joan Elliot. This is such a beautiful project. This is a 25 count Vintage Country Mocha printed Lugana, and she is gonna be gorgeous. I wish I had started her on the fabric the right way, because like the fabric is longer this way, but I started it sideways. But I'm a lot more careful now when I start new projects, so I need to order, there's a lot of that green Krynic. I don't know if you can see the sparkles up top there, but there's a lot of green Krynic, and I need to get some more of it because I ran out. when I do these projects, I often think like, oh, they're overestimating how much I need. But no, that's going to be like 4 or 5 rolls of the green Caffeinated. This one is an old Dimensions kit. I think it's from like 1982. So this kit is older than me. I got it off eBay after seeing it on Laladee Stitches Flosstube channel. And I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, my dad would really like that. Or at least I think he would. And so I'm going to stitch it for him. It was going to be a Christmas present, but it's not going to be done by Christmas because I'm so burnt out. It's really just like 4 or 5 colors. You can see it's just a lot of green, yellow, and red, which is fine. But it's a lot of block stitching and I get bored of it. There's a tree here, and then there's another one over here, and there is hundreds, if you can see, hundreds of French knots on those trees. And so instead I have some Mayuki Delica beads in like a really nice red green, like fall red, green, yellow, like the really earth tone colors, and I'm gonna just use invisible thread and put those on for the leaves instead, because you know what's more fun than using invisible thread to put 200 beads on a project. This one, I think a lot of people are gonna know. I started this one, I had big plans. I told myself I needed to do 200 stitches of the frame every day so I could keep up, and I didn't. I get bored of doing so much of one color. I think you're gonna notice a lot of my projects are like super colorful because I love working in the colors, and I know that it's the neutrals and the background colors that really make a project, but I just like having those fancy colors on my needle. This one here, there's a lot of people on Flosstube that do soda stitches, and I wanted to be one of those people. So I started a soda stitch. This is called My Gardening, and it's really cute. Generally speaking, when I look at soda stitches and I see the people, I think, man, they're so cute, but they're not like the kind of people that I want to stitch, I guess. And when I'm done with it, I don't know where I would put it because I don't have any kids in that age range that would, I think, like that. So, but I really wanted to be part of the group. So I started a soda stitch that has no people in it and has to do with gardening, which is another one of my hobbies. This next one is called Dreaming Girl by Barbariana Designs. I know a lot of people are going to know this one. I love her. She's beautiful. And I like working on her, but I get burnt out on her. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the fabric or the neutral tones, but I get burnt out quickly working on her. This is a Dimensions kit. I thought it was the only Dimensions kit I had, but I have that Riverbank train station one. So I didn't realize that Dimensions kits there's a lot, at least this one, a lot of half stitches. Like the vast majority of the stitching in this is all half stitch. I have a lot done on it, but it's really a small start because the project is huge. But yeah, 90% of what's on here is half stitch. And like this snow down here is 5 strands of white, which is a lot. And if you want it to lay nicely, you really have to be particular. which can be obnoxious, but I do like it. I did this all like over the course of a week, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I'll never burn out on this, and then I did. And now I'm done with it for a while. This is a Lety Stitch, which I got from 123 Stitch. It's called Mermaid Kiss, and I just think it's so beautiful. I went on a little kick of wanting to try kits, and so I bought a few kits, and they're essentially full coverage. I mean, they're not a heaven and earth design, but they're full coverage. This is my start. The Lety Stitch kit, or at least this one, this is the only time I've ever worked on this pre-gridded fabric, and it's kind of nice. I've got just the top corner start. You can see the little couple of seagulls starting to show up, and the lighthouse. This is a fun project, but to me it's like a spring summer project, so I probably won't see it again for a while. This is the first like expensive kind of project that I bought, because I bought the silks. This you can do in DMC or NPI silk, and this was the first project I decided to buy the silks for, and this is where I am. Not too far along. Just this. And this eagle on the side is huge. I know that once I get into all of this like fun stuff over here, that I'm gonna really enjoy working on this, but right now I'm telling myself that I have to get this eagle done before I'm allowed to do anything else. Otherwise I'll get all the fun stuff done and never come back to the eagle. So that's where I'm at. This is 40 count natural linen. This is also the only project that I have on 40 count, because I don't really like working on 40 count. It's too small, and my eyes aren't horrible, but they're not great either. This one is another one that I started for my daughter, and it's probably not going to show up, but right down here it says Earl Grey, and I think she's called, yeah, Silver Moon Tea. And my daughter and I have kind of an inside joke about her stealing my tea, and so I started this one for her, and I want to get back to this one. I started it on an 11-inch Q-snap, and that's why I started the beading, because this entire project will fit inside, like this entire thing will fit inside of an 11-inch Q-snap, so I could put it on there and potentially never have to move it. But holding on to the 11-inch Q-snap, the weight in the opposite corner of where I'm holding it, it makes my wrist hurt. So I don't really like working on 11-inch Q-snaps anymore. I like the 8-inch ones. And now that I've put all these beads on here, I'm going to be hard pressed to do this corner down here on an 8-inch Q-snap when I have beads on the other side. It's going to be a bridge I'm going to cross when I get to it, I guess. Button and beads. This one is Jenn, and I really like Mill Hill kits. I want to have like an entire wall full of these little houses that they do. This is as far as I've gotten on this one. I'm sure that I will finish this one this year, just because I love these so much. That's what it'll look like when it's done. I did one last year, and I did one this spring that was kind of like a spring house, and I really enjoyed that. This is another kit that I got around the same time that I got the Lety Stitch kit, and it is called Mouse in Love, and it's not something that I would usually stitch, but this is really a unique pattern, and there's something about how different it is that I really enjoy. My younger daughter, my 11-year-old, wants it when it's done. I got the little mouse done, and he's just, it's called Mouse in Love, but I think he's heartbroken. He doesn't look too happy to me. I have this apple left to do, and honestly it's not that big. It shouldn't take me that long, but now I'm just in a sea of reds and whatever it is about, maybe it's warm colors. I like jewel tones. I like teals and whatnot. So yeah. This is a Maria Diaz. It is going to be, this one I'm with CXC threads. Actually, I'm not sure if they are CXC threads. I bought a full set of threads from Temu just to try them. And I don't want to say I'm not impressed, but the colors, because actually the thread feels really nice. It's super soft. It's almost silky. I didn't have a huge problem with it shredding, no more than I would say DMC shreds. It's really soft and nice, but the colors are not a perfect match. Like this innermost color that it's showing up white, but in person it's almost green. It's like a seafoamy green color, and it's supposed to be more of a light blue, but we'll see when it's done. We'll see when it's done. And this fabric, it's called Potato. It's Potato Lugana, and there's like little fiber flecks of dark brown in it, and I just think it's so much fun. I want more Potato Lugana is the point I'm trying to make. This one is for my boyfriend. It feels weird to say that because we've been together for a decade, but he's just my boyfriend. It's from a video game called Chrono Trigger that he really likes. So I got a pattern for them, and then I'm rearranging them, and it's so crazy. Like up close, they don't look like, there's so many colors. There's probably like 30 colors in each of these, and it's just crazy how when you take them back, they look like realistic. I think I have 3 more like figurines to get on there. Oh, this one I really like, and I should have worked on it more because it's kind of giving Halloween vibes. This is Cute Patterns by Maria off Etsy. It's called Witch and Frog, I think. And I'm doing this on Lugana, and I got a decent start on it. In that corner, I'm missing a color, that's why those leaves aren't filled in. And I have almost every DMC color, and I just work from there, but if I'm out of a color, it takes me forever to go replenish. That's probably why I quit working on that one. Next up is I'll have to insert a picture. I have the pattern for this. There's no reason I shouldn't be able to show it, but this one is called the Leaf Collector. And I love her. This dress. It uses a Karen water lilies. All the color against the teal in the bottom there is a Karen water lily, and it's just so pretty. Okay, I went and grabbed, this is the Karen water lily that I was talking about. It's called Hot Peppers, and it's like purple and red and yellow, and that's what most of the color in that dress is, and I just think that it is so beautiful. This is the cover sheet for that. Nora Corbett, the Leaf Collector. And then I'll just show her one more time here. The Leaf Collector. And on this one, I am doing the skin 1/1. I'm not sure how well you can tell on here. And this is the only fancy lady or any project where I'm doing the skin 1/1. And I probably won't do it again because it looks really pretty, but I do make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes, and picking out 1/1 is incredibly time consuming, and I don't like it. So that's why. This one, I think a lot of people have seen this one. This is another Nora Corbett. I was actually working on this one yesterday. She looks kind of scary, but it's a Halloween, I think it's called Trick or Treat, but I will post a picture of the finished product. This is also on Lugana. I should have been saying what fabrics I was using. That's okay though. Most of them are Lugana. I like Lugana. I actually really like Joan, but I find that there isn't as many options in Joan. And then my last WIP, and I feel pretty confident that I actually did get all my WIPs here. So this one is called The Old City by Mirabilia. I got this at the same time as I got the Mermaid Kiss Lety Stitch. And I started them, I started them in May because I got them for Mania. I didn't actually end up starting 30 projects in May. I started 5 and they were huge and I was like, whoa, I'm getting in over my head here. So I stopped, but that's the start of The Old City. This one is on the Kit Ada, which it's just like a 16 count ivory. This one's going to be pretty, but again, it's a lot of red, green, and yellow, which for me isn't that much fun to stitch. So I don't tend to get a lot of it done. Halloween is tomorrow? Halloween is tomorrow, so I'm probably going to work some more on this girl today and tomorrow, and then put her away until next year, next September probably. And I'm gonna start on my Christmas stitching. And I also want some winter stitching. I like, just like the snowy scenes, I want to start a chatelaine. There is a chatelaine, it's like a winter banner. I'll take a picture of it and insert it in here. And when the Black Friday sale comes up this year for chatelaines, I'm getting that one. I am starting it, and it's like a dream piece for me, but I struggle to pay so much for those patterns. So those are my plans for now. I want to put away my Halloween stitching and start my seasonal stitching for winter and Christmas, which is going to be the Mill Hill kit, the Christmas Village Dimensions kit, and after Black Friday, the Chatelaine winter seasonal banner. And that's my first Flosstube for WIP Parade. I feel like it went really quickly, but it would have probably helped if I had mentioned what all the different fabrics I'm using were. But I took the bags away. But I took everything out of the bag, and that's where that information is. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a great day.